Timing is everything. For one Clovis Community employee, quick action taken on her heart saved her life. Weeding out the worry, some common misconceptions about breast cancer and what doctors say is really going on. And precious moments times 3. One new mother's experience delivering triplets at Community Regional Medical Center. And thanks for joining us. I'm Julie Musgrave. We begin with a story that proves the importance of paying close attention to your health. For one Clovis Community employee, sharing her symptoms with a coworker saved her life.
Don't be a Drenda and don't ignore your symptoms.
Drenda Montgomery learned that lesson the hard way.
I noticed them at night. So I'd get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I'd get back in bed and I'd feel kind of short of breath.
Despite a job working in cardiac services, despite a family history of heart problems, Drenda was in denial.
I was that close to being dead.
A heart attack. At the time, she was just 43 years old.
When he got me on the table, they found that my main artery that supplies all the blood to the left side of my heart was 99.9% blocked.
She had a stent put in, moved on with her life, and then 9 years later,
I start feeling this little burning sensation in my chest, but I don't think anything of it.
It happened again, just different symptoms this time.
I was pretty suspicious, having known her history of what she's gone through before.
Kristen Nemi works with Drenda and listened when Drenda mentioned she wasn't feeling so great.
She took one look at me and said, "No, we're going to look at it right now."
I just did not think it was worth waiting.
Kristen grabbed cardiologist Michael Jin. 20 minutes later, Drenda was on the table in Clovis Community's cath lab.
We looked at the pictures and we all went, uh-oh.
Again, a 99.9% blockage, this time on her right side.
It's just pinched down to nothing. You know, you want your blood to flow nice, like it's flowing through a pipe. And it was like someone just crimped the pipe off to nothing.
We were able to fix by going through the blockage and using a little balloon to push the blockage up against the walls. Then we put in another stent. We're able to kind of permanently push the stuff that makes up the blockage against the walls and restore normal blood flow. And we were able to do that in her case and prevent the heart attack from happening.
Dr. Jen says Drenda's blockage kills most people.
Unfortunately, it's too common. So we see that a lot. And unfortunately, many people have no clear symptoms that alert them to go see a doctor.
Every day I see them and I thank them for saving my life, because essentially that's what they did.
Drenda feels healthy again, but she says she's certainly paying more attention to anything that could be a symptom for trouble.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think how lucky I am and know that God must have had some other plan for me, because I'm still here.
And time. She's grateful for time.
They acted so quickly that it really did save my life.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in the world. For women especially, the symptoms vary. Some may include pain or tightening anywhere in your chest, not just the left side, discomfort in your arms, shortness of breath, fatigue, sudden dizziness, and even back or jaw pain. If you have any doubt at all, call your doctor and get help. When it comes to breast cancer, making sure you're armed with the right information can really save you a lot of stress when you think something is wrong. We sat down with 2 breast surgeons from the Marjorie E. Radin Breast Care Center to break down some common misconceptions. Doctors, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're talking about common misconceptions with breast cancer. Where do you typically start with patients? What are some of the most common ones that you hear?
Well, we see a tremendous amount of patients in our office for breast pain. We have a lot of patients come in concerned that pain in their breast equals cancer, and that's a really common misconception. Probably 90% of us are going to have some significant breast pain over our life as women. That is not normally a sign of cancer.
What else would that signify?
Oh, that's usually a hormonal issue. Younger women, sometimes women on hormone replacement therapy, but hormones are normally the cause there.
Good to know that you don't always have to jump to that conclusion. What about yearly mammograms? People probably get scared of those every time, right?
Some women try and avoid having mammograms because they're concerned about the amount of radiation that's given out. It's actually less than even flying on a plane. It's very safe, and it is still the main type of diagnostic test that we use to detect breast cancer, and early detection is really important.
And genetics, you often hear problems about that?
Well, I think there's a misconception that most cancers are genetically related. Most cancers aren't genetically related. Probably 15% have some genetic predisposition to breast cancer. So that means 85–90% of our patients coming in are just a cancer that happened during the course of their lifetime.
And another interesting thing that we're hearing a lot too is it's not just women, and men can get breast cancer as well, and they probably don't realize that. Do you hear that often?
Yes, we don't screen men, but men can get breast cancer. They usually present with a breast lump, and so we don't want any gentlemen to think that it's benign or ignore a breast lump. They should bring it to their physician's attention.
And what advice do you have for people as they come in here and they're probably just feeling overwhelmed in general because they're afraid of what could be, and it doesn't always have to be that way?
Well, I think the most important thing is to get your yearly screening and to see your physician once a year for a breast exam. Again, early detection is the most important.
Always important to remember. Doctors, thank you so much for your time. We sure do appreciate it. Still ahead on MedWatch Today, more people are kicking the habit, what a new study says about rates of smoking. And we'll meet this week's healthcare hero, a hard worker within Community Regional's emergency department.